Here are 20 tips and tricks for the Cold War Zombies map Die Maschine. Number 1. Just as we saw in Black Ops 4, you can now knife a weapon in the mystery box to turn it into a power-up for another player to collect. Number 2. The new weapon drop system allows for faster mystery box rolls since you don't have to wait for the box to close naturally anymore, but be sure to periodically pick up the weapon you want to keep until you get the weapon you want to have. If you leave it on the ground for too long, it will despawn. Number 3. Upon turning on power and forging the Pack-a-Punch, a new anomaly will spawn in one of 3 locations around the map. This location can actually tell you where the first part for the Aetherscope can be found. If the anomaly spawns in the main power area, the first part can be found behind the ether tunnel at the far end of the particle accelerator. If it spawns at the top of the Nox bunker, the part can be found under the stairs at spawn. And finally, if it spawns at the end of the pond area, the part can be found on the plane's jet at the crash site. Number 4. From round 20 and up, the price for purchasing ammo from an ammo cache will begin to increase, maxing out at, I believe, 5,000 points. A cheaper way to get a max ammo is actually by visiting the Pack-a-Punch and purchasing a different ammo type. This will only cost 2,000 points, but unfortunately, it does not work for weapons such as the ray gun or the Die Shockwave since they don't support ammo types. Number 5. When you purchase an ammo type, your weapon receives an additional attachment that can easily be seen on its left side. If you keep an eye on the 2 green lights of that attachment, they will actually light up to let you know when your ammo type's effect is charged and ready to activate. The time it takes for each ammo type to charge will vary, but it can help you preserve your ammo until you're ready to fire the most effective shot. Number 6. If you set up a class with the knife as your starting weapon, it's a one-hit kill to at least round 10, which is a tip in itself. Now, if you purchase a weapon and keep the knife as your secondary, you'll still be able to melee with the knife, but it's even faster since the weapon for some reason cancels out the melee animation. There is a chance you'll do the regular melee depending on your movement and how far away from the zombie you are, but it's still a nice little trick you can do in the early rounds. Number 7. You might think that exfilling on round 51, 81, or 101 would give you more XP. Now don't get me wrong, going up to those rounds does have its bonuses in terms of Aetherium Crystals, but starting from round 31 and on, you receive the same amount of XP every exfil, which is capped at 5,000. With this in mind, you can receive upwards of 90,000 XP every hour, and it's a much more viable round to reach. Number 8. When exfilling in a solo game, try to stay away from using the chopper gunner. This score streak causes the zombies to ignore you, and since you're the only player in the map, they tend to run away from the exfil site. I would recommend going into an exfil with monkey bombs and C4 for the zombies, a war machine for the megaton, and a fully charged field upgrade in case you need a little extra boost to finish anything off. Number 9. Starting from round 30 and up, the chances of pulling a ray gun from the mystery box will begin to increase. It is possible to get it sooner, but the amount of time and points you spend trying to get it should be saved for when the odds are better. Number 10. Completing the trials found in the control room can give you numerous rewards, including power-ups, legendary weapons, free perks, and even the Die Shockwave. Number 11. Using decoys, stuns, and stims when trapped in a horde of zombies is a great and fast way to give you some extra time to try and escape. Number 12. Although the combat bow is the cheapest score streak at only 50 salvage, it's still incredibly powerful. You will take explosive damage from it, but you can definitely fire it closer than you could the war machine. Number 13. If someone re-rolls the attachments for a weapon at the arsenal, another player can quickly pick up the previous weapon by spamming their interaction button. This can be used to share a legendary weapon upgraded to tier 3, for example, so that both players can have one. Again, this only works for weapons that support attachments. Number 14. Although rare, you can get free perks, self-revives, and even the ray gun from destroying crystals in the Dark Aether. Number 15. With the way Aetherium Crystals work, you will only receive the exact amount of crystals needed to fully upgrade any remaining skills you have. So if you upgrade every skill possible to tier 3, you will no longer receive Aetherium Crystals. My tip for this is to simply leave a few things unupgraded so you have a decent amount of crystals saved up for when new content is released, such as additional field upgrades, weapons, and perks. Number 16. There's currently a really bad glitch where if you go down with the ray gun, you'll lose it when you self-revive. Now this is hopefully going to be patched soon, but in the meantime, there's a little trick you can try to prevent the ray gun from being taken. Upon being downed, you must wait for the downed timer bar to remove the first perk displayed. After that, you can then go ahead and self-revive, and there's a good chance you'll keep the ray gun. Number 17. For the ghost sequence step, which is needed to upgrade the wonder weapons, you can actually do all of them one after another without having to listen to each piece of dialogue. This will help ensure you finish the step all in one Dark Aether activation. Number 18. If you didn't already know, aiming down sights with Deadshot will automatically snap to the zombie's head. Now if you do this in quick succession, each shot will be a critical finish, giving you more points without wasting any extra shots. Top that off with tier 3 Deadshot as well as a fully upgraded legendary weapon, you'll be able to thin down huge hordes of zombies in a matter of seconds. This is also really effective against the Megaton and its bombers. Number 19. By doing the coffin or crate Easter egg, you can receive a free Juggernaut perk, as well as the chance of a legendary weapon such as the Die Shockwave or Ray Gun. It's said that if you open the crate while that tiny left screen is lit up orange, you'll be guaranteed a legendary weapon, but unfortunately that's never been the case for me. You can find a link on how to do this Easter egg in the description below. And finally, number 20. You can actually share points in a co-op game if you take turns damaging a zombie. This works similar to how an assist is done in multiplayer. One player will get 90 points for the damage, and the other will get 115 for the kill. This especially works well from rounds 2 to 3, leaving each player with 1500 points more than if the amount of kills were split between the two of them. This can also be done with 4 players, being effective all the way up to round 5 or 10 even. Now keep in mind, a lot of these things are due to change because some of them are just straight up glitches and exploits. But if you know of any tips or tricks that I didn't mention in this video, go ahead and leave them down below for others to see. Well, that's pretty much it for this video, so thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.